Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Nathan's Notables, and I want to tell you something this week. I'm excited. Why am I excited? Because we got state playoff football starting next week. No better time of year than state playoff football, and that is starting next week on Thursday, D1 and D2 schools. So a week from tomorrow we got playoff football, and sub-district volleyball is in less than a few weeks too. So it's a great time of year. We got postseason play, and it's going to be a great postseason for area schools. So without further ado, let's get to my top 5 for this week's notables. And start honorable mention, I want to say Hallie Pribble set the kill record in a season for Meridian. Over 400 kills, an impressive mark. She's carried that team this whole year, been a tremendous player, and heck, we're not even done with the season yet, so she's going to set that mark really high by the end of the year. And they're over 500 after losing six players that played large parts in their 2 runner-up teams. So she's played a great part for them this year. All right, on to number 5. We're Thayer Central Volleyball. They lost to Superior on Thursday, but it was a great match for them. And I believe after losing to Blue Hill the week prior in a 5-set match, they know they can hang with those top dogs in Class C2. They moved down to ranking number 6 this week, but it's definitely something to where they can compete in C2. They're going to face them again for the conference championship game tomorrow, actually, at Milford High School for the SNC conference championship game. And they had played a heck of a match at Superior. I was there, and I think that's going to be a great match. They'll face each other a few more times this year. And number 4, another Thayer Central athlete, Logan Weedle, quarterback, threw 4 touchdowns, tied his career high in the first half. He threw 4 touchdowns. And in the Titans' homecoming win over HTRS, 32-8 victory. They called the dogs off in the second half, or they could have ran the score up on him. Logan Weedle, talented sophomore quarterback, and he's been athlete of the week for us before. Not quite this week, but tremendous performance by him. Number 3, Jeff Nation athlete of the week, Brody Kroll. He ran for a career high 180 yards, and he had 28 carries in Fairbury's 34-20 win over Sandy Creek, and those were career highs. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground, and that's a big performance, and he's a sophomore as well, and he's another great underclassman in the area, and best game of his career so far, and he'll be something they build their team around next year for sure. And number 2, Wilbur Clatonia, Hunter Chervany, the Husker baseball commit. He had a heck of a defensive performance last week. 7 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks. And that's a big-time defensive performance in Wilbur's 56-0 win over Conestoga. And if you have 4.5 sacks in a game, you're doing something right. Hunter Chervany has been relatively quiet this year, but that was a great coming out party for him this year. Wilbur Clatonia is 7-1 heading into their last game this upcoming week against Malcolm. They host Malcolm, and they should be getting a top 5 playoff seed if they win that game, which they likely will. And moving on to number 1, Tri-County, Creighton Niemeyer, Thayer Central Sydney Eskrit District cross-country champions in Class D. Eskrit winning the D4 race at Hebron Country Club on Thursday, and Niemeyer winning the Class D1 race. And they are both heading into state, riding high confidence, and they should both place top 10. Creighton Niemeyer, it's going to be between him and Ben Aarons for that Class D title. From Ainsworth, Ben Aarons, and they both won mile state championships in Class D and C at state at track last year, or I shouldn't say last year, in this past spring. So they got 2 state champs going at it there. And then Eskrit's a freshman. Her ascendance to the top has been phenomenal for the Titans. They won the title as a team too. So shout out to that whole team and what they did at that District D4 meet. They should finish in top 5 as a team. Eskrit, I definitely suspect she'll place. I'll be there in Kearney on Friday to cover that, so stay tuned to our social media for what will happen there. And number 3, we got an important area football matchup between Meridian and Diller Odell. That's going to be in Meridian on Friday night. And you got Meridian, they've lost 2 games, and Diller Odell's lost 3 games. The winner of that game will likely host a D2 football game a week from tomorrow. And the loser, well, they're going to probably be facing one of the better teams in the state in the first round. So that's an important game for both area teams. And Ryan Arnold, William McLaughlin for Diller Odell provide a great 1-2 punch. And then our leading rushers in the area, Wyatt Haverluck and Colby Schaefer for Meridian. It's going to be a great ground attack, both sides of the ball. And I expect a fantastic one to be happening in Meridian on Friday night. At number 2, the championship game of the SNC and Pioneer Conference volleyball tournaments. The SNC Conference between Thayer Central and Superior, their second meeting in as many weeks. They're going to be playing on Thursday at Milford High School. Number 2 versus number 6 in Class C2. Should be another fun one. I'll be there to cover that. And then we have, in the Pioneer Conference, Johnson Brock and Diller Odell meet each other for the 4th time this season. And that'll be at Pawnee City High School on Friday night. And Diller Odell, 2nd seed, Johnson Brock, top seed. They're defending state champs. Diller Odell's lost all their matches to them, but I suspect that it's going to be a good one. And Diller Odell, I see him taking them to 5 at least on Friday at a neutral site. And then also I wanted to add in Fairbury, 3rd place match on Thursday at the SNC Conference Tournament against Fillmore Central. That'll be a good one as well. I'll be there to cover that one. And at number 3, I should say at number 1 is state cross country. And we could see a state title. I think Creighton Niemeyer could snag that. I think we have a chance for multiple state placers. Damian Stewart, Thayer Central, I suspect can place, along with Keegan Casey and Trey Fisher. On the girls' side, Sydney Eskrit, I see her placing. Josephine Blatney, and she set school record earlier in the year for the Lady Jeffs, and I think she could get a place in Class C, and that'll be going later in the afternoon on Friday in Kearney. And should be a fun one, state cross country. As always, stay tuned to my Twitter account, FJN Nathan, and our Facebook, Fairbury Journal News Facebook page. All of interviews coming to you on our Fairbury TV Facebook page and YouTube site, so check that out. A lot of good state cross country stuff to come. But that should do it for this week's edition, and I do want to say our sponsor for this week is Nate Casey with the Farm Bureau in Hebron, and we appreciate them and their support for allowing us to cover Titans athletics. And that should do it for this week's Nathan's Notables. I'm Nathan Hewer at Fairbury TV and Fairbury Journal News. You guys have a great week. We'll see you again next week.